So the stream is up. This is DDEX 2-2 Embers of Elmwood. Right. So you've all, I assume at least some of you have played at least one adventure from in taking place in Flan. So you may have migrated here with the other refugees from Flan, and you've been trying to make your way after being driven from Flan, and after visiting various taverns or inns throughout the city, you happen upon some peculiar flyers saying to calling for freelance adventurers to seek out one Zora Rosalind Culkin, and I'll type that in chat.
Can I have joined the cloaks first, or do I have to do later?
I'm not familiar with how that's handled because it's not detailed in the module. I think that's probably in that article that I haven't read yet.
I'm familiar with it. You have to be sponsored by somebody to get in, so you will have to do it later.
You either have to be sponsored or caught casting, right? When you're between lower than 5, and then brought into, isn't it?
That might be. I know about the sponsorship part, but
right. All right. Well, we can hope to do it soon.
Just let me check it in the article. Cloaks.
All right.
And
we can handle that at the end then.
I mean, admittedly, we're under level 4, so it's not going to be a huge deal for us anyway, but still, we should know how to do it when it comes down to it.
Right.
Also, I'd probably like to join right away, because then I can advance through the ranks faster and become a corrupt master cloak.
Well, Kosef has never been to Mulemaster, knows nothing about the cloaks, or anything about the hierarchy or laws of this city.
I think you are informed as soon as you walk through the city gates.
Yeah,
What are they telling me?
I'm pretty sure that arcane magic is banned. You cannot cast arcane spells in the city limits.
with imprisonment and death as possible outcomes.
And these are the good outcomes.
And so, yeah, upon entry, you're given an option to, basically oath that you won't do this, that you won't cast and all. And if you go from there, you've made the oath, so they're all aware. They know that you've been made aware of the laws. So now what? If you choose to break them, bayonets aren't exactly forgiving.
Well, I assume we'll seek out Zora.
I will, if that comes up, I will pull that article up and see what happens.
Right, yeah.
Because I think there's a table on there of stuff to roll if it happens. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who is going to meet Zora Culkin?
Where does it say to go?
It says to go to the Traveler's Cloak Inn, and it is located in...
That's the post that Zing made, so if you guys get bored during a downtime and waiting for people to do combat, you can read it.
And it is located on the edges of the docks quarter, and if anybody knows anything about Mulemaster, that is a rather wealthy section of town.
Which is weird for docks.
And sometimes the docks are wealthy, but
The pleasure boats
not
are
posh.
there. Yeah.
It could be a wealthy area that's not posh.
Sure.
All the merchants go through there.
We're going through the yacht area of the docks.
Just a question, when I'm looking at the PDF, I don't see anything that I need to sponsor to join the cloaks. I just need to walk up, say I want to join, and swear my oath.
Well, when it's an issue, you can go for it. So far, all people have found have been denied such access. This should not apply to any. Yeah, it's all in there. So the entire post is up there. I posted it for you guys to look at when we're bored. You're not in the midst
Okay.
of trying to get through this.
Right. Okay.
I will happily go to the Docks District. It's a fantastic, wonderful place.
Yeah, we should all go.
All right.
I actually just got into the city, so I actually came in through the docks.
All right. It's
Convenient, that.
early evening by the time you decide to make your way toward the Docks District. The main streets. In the main streets, there's a combination of oil-fueled streetlights and the starlight of the open sky. So it's generally at least dimly lit,
All right.
unless you decide to decide to like go down some less lit places. You can generally find a lit path down many main streets on your way there. I'm assuming you probably came from a pretty highly trafficked area looking for work. So as you're walking through the streets, it's if you go through the market district or the not so wealthy part, like where you're coming from, you're hearing sounds of laughter, dance hall music, and merchants making deals, and it's as if it's as if nobody sleeps in this town even at night. Like it's like there's like a booming nightlife that goes on even after everybody normally would be going to sleep. And you make your way toward the Traveler's Cloak Inn. Pretty uneventfully, but you could probably find
Problems if we sought them.
well, you could probably find if you needed to buy anything. There's lots of shops, and the bazaar seems to still be out or the shops still seem to be open.
Kosef Bursk would like to go to maybe a shadier part of town, somewhere that specializes in like making medallions and insignia. And do I find like a place kind of like that?
I'm a spy and a fence. If you want to find something like that, we'll work on it in a little. We can easily do that, I suspect.
You're looking for like somebody to make like a metal like
a medallion or a badge kind of thing.
So like somebody with like a workshop like with the tools to create. Yeah, you could find that.
Okay. Well, in that case, upon entering, I am going to cast Disguise Self before I enter, of course, before I've entered this city. And I'm going to look like a young man of roughly the age of 36, human, and I am going to walk into the shop and I'm going to be like, "Hello, my name is John Hopp, and I'm looking for a badge of the the force."
Of the what? Okay.
You mean the cloaks?
And the out of game the cloaks.
Okay. So
They are given a badge.
I think
I'm
he wants.
looking to
Yeah,
get one.
he's actually
Oh,
looking a badge for the Hawks. probably the secret police as opposed to the cloaks, but whatever.
Oh, I don't know anything about this. I read like the sentence, and I read the sentence. The cloaks are the magic police, some of which are allowed to cast spells. They are given a badge that serves as a statement that they are part of the cloaks.
So he wants to forge a badge.
No, I don't want to forge a badge. I want to acquire a badge.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's forged or not. I just want to acquire it. Someone else can make it. That's not my concern. I don't support forgery.
I can, before he goes and makes a fool of himself, we can just go talk to the Harpers. One of them is, the one I met is a contact acting like a Thayan prince, a Thayan wizard. I'm sure she can get us something like that. But you found the shop, so let's see if this works out first.
He says, I'm not sure you realize what you're asking for. You're asking for a identifying insignia of the cloaks. Is that correct?
I say it doesn't have to necessarily... I'm not looking for an identifying insignia of the cloaks. I'm merely looking for a replica of the insignia of the cloaks.
I see.
As a souvenir when he goes back to Flan.
You see, I actually I work at a theater, and we have a show for the We're running a show for the students, and the high school students are putting on this marvelous show all by themselves. And you see, what this is about. It's a modern day version of the Merchant of Venice. And we're having it take place, instead of Venice, right here in Mulmaster, because we have Mulmaster pride. And we need those badges in order for this to happen. In fact, we need 7 of them. And if you're able to do this, then I'm sure we have other set design business to do with you in the future.
Make a charisma persuasion check to convince this guy to blatantly forge a insignia that...
Robert, I don't
Look at
think
him
you
sent him to
understand.
hell.
It's not a forgery.
Right,
It's
right.
a
To him, it is a...
Shit!
No!
And this the first one is burned at a stake.
He says, I'm sorry, but the city guard would I would be drawn and quartered with the rest of them for doing this. I can't help you. Sorry.
Do you not support the arts?
I do support the arts. However, I'd like to keep my head exactly where it is.
Because if you have a -1 to your charisma, the fact you can even try to pull this off is it's a pretty magical scenario.
Yeah. He says, I will forget I ever saw you, or that any of this conversation ever happened, but please, do not, please, I think it would be best if you take your business elsewhere.
I say, it's, thank you for letting us know.
He says,
Take care, good sir.
You might want to be careful who you talk to in that sort of tone. Just, I assume you're not from around here by your demeanor, and I would suggest that you refrain from speaking of such subjects so openly with strangers.
Is the door closed?
Yeah.
I dismiss my disguised person, and now he sees me as an old man. And I say, very well. I thank you for your knowledge. I come from far away. I come from the land of Procamper. It's, you see, this is a very different day. Thank you again. And I walk out.
He's standing there kind of frozen, doesn't know what to think, and he just lets you leave.
And then I say, oh right. But first, my name is not John Opp. My name is Kosef Bursk. If you have ever need it, farewell.
Okay.
I would say while he tries
Yeah,
to...
if you ever have need of his charismatic skills, let him know.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Does
Yeah,
anyone
I would-
else have anything else they want to do before you arrive at the inn?
I
Yeah,
am going to
sure.
go. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Jeremy is trying to ask my way around to found some station where I could register with the cloaks to try to get a real badge officially approved.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure how that works out. It's not described here, so I'll have to read I'll have to read that article and at the end.
The article doesn't say very much. It just said instead of worrying about the punishment, arcane casters may choose to join the Brothers of the Cloak. Characters that do so must swear an oath to defend the rule of the High Blade. And that basically is all it's saying there. So I figure out there should be some watchtowers or something around.
Okay.
Okay.
Out of character, when I played this with another character the other night, it was basically like an award at the end of the mission and that wasn't to be a member of the Cloaks. That was to have a sponsor that will help you get into the Cloaks. So there's additional stuff that has to be done. So I don't think it would just be that easy.
So the two ways to get in are either get a sponsor or get arrested.
But wrestling's
okay.
already very expensive.
Right, there's a huge. I mean, you can get arrested and you might survive the whole scenario. In which case, they'll take you in and make you one under basically intimidation and force, or you can do well enough, get some people to back you, and in you are.
Okay.
As Kosev just posted.
And it's not if you cast a spell. If you're caught casting a spell. So if we're in a room or a building or something that's not being, then you can cast. It's just out on the streets and stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to cast in front of the city watch, basically.
Yep. All right. So with that, I think taking care of it at the end would be a great idea, because we actually could possibly. I think everything will be tied up by the end of this anyway.
And don't forget, Michael, I believe it is, if you can't afford the upkeep of 3 downtime wealthy days, you lose it. So you have to make sure you have the money to actually, every adventure, you have to make sure you have the money to actually back that the entire time. So make sure you have a bit of wealth stacked up.
All right. Cool.
I'm actually going to go, in the last adventure, I was, as we had established, I was here in Mulmaster. I apparently escorted a Thayan woman who's actually not a Thayan woman, but a Harper. So I suppose she's the Harper contact for the area. I'm going to ask her about
the quote Red Wizard of Thay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. That woman, obnoxious, who just watched us fight demons and didn't help at all. Very nice of her. If she wouldn't mind, I would like to ask her a bit about Zora and the establishment that we're going to, so we have a bit more information when we jump in there, as opposed to being completely blind. Since she seems to owe me a bit of a favor at this point. But if she doesn't know much, then c'est la vie, and I'll just go about my day.
Or maybe we talk to her after we see what Zora wants, to see if she's honest or forthright or...
That's fantastic too. I'm happy to go that way as well. So
Then we don't have to go back to her and say, hey, she wants us to do this. What do you think?
sure, that's fine. That's fine. We can do it after. I'm good with that.
Is that good, Robert?
Yep. She says, yes, I've heard of this Zora Culkin. She is a member of the Lord's Alliance, I believe, and though they tend to keep a pretty low profile here in Mulmaster. The High
So
Blade, the High
she's not a
Blade.
local then?
I'm sorry, what?
She's not a local then. She's not one of the Zor or anything. One of the knights or nobility of Mulmaster.
She is. Yeah, she is of a noble house. And though the High Blade has not explicitly come out against them swearing allegiance to another faction, besides besides the High Blade.
Right.
They tend to keep a low profile, as the High Blade typically frowns upon any organizations.
Sure.
They typically frown on any nobility pledging allegiance to any organizations besides the High Blade.
Right, that makes sense. All right, so she is a local native noble with the title Zora, but she is not necessarily loyal to the High Blade directly. She put something else there. All right, good to know. Weird. I'm satisfied. I'm happy to go to the docks.
Okay. When you enter the Traveler's Cloak Inn, it's like stepping into a different world from the squalor of the docks. The bar is a single slab of polished marble, and furnishings within the common room are finely carved and stained oak of the highest quality. Bordering the common area of the Traveler's Cloak are a dozen booths, the benches which are bedecked in plush upholstery. Each booth features a set of heavy velvet curtains for the sake of privacy, and a small bell that can be rung from inside the booth to summon the waitstaff. At this time of day, the booths are usually empty. Today is no different. At the far side of the room, surrounded on both sides by empty booths, the adventurers are... Wait, that's...
Us.
Yeah, but this box text is kind of hokey. You are directed by the slender, smooth-faced young bartender to a booth with the curtains drawn, where a single dark-haired figure sips calmly from a goblet of red wine.
Fantastic. So it's going to be a very large booth with all of us in there.
You get one of the special round table ones that you can sit a bunch of people at.
Is anyone a Goliath? Snuggle up, people. Let's go. I will, actually, outside of the place, I will bow to her and then get inside.
And she raises her glass and nods her head at you. And
Good enough. Tell her we appreciate the meeting and that we've seen your need for help, and that I assume most of us, at least, are here to assist her in some way.
All right, and she looks up and thank you all for coming. And she is a tall, lean woman, and she looks like she's in her mid-30s, with short, jet black hair and a very pale face. And she is wearing a ornate breastplate that is enameled in the colors of her house, red and cream, with an equally impressive rapier at her hip. And she is also wearing a long, fur-trimmed coat of fine red and cream leather. Yeah, this is like beyond fancy area. This is like...
I will compliment her style of attire for the area, and because she's a noble, so we have to do the small talk and the compliments. And then once we get past that, we will go into business.
Hearing Nolarian's compliments, Kosef will be like, yeah, let's get on. We don't need this small talk. And I take my cane and I smack it against the table a couple times, and I say, let's get down to business. Everyone, sit down. Well, sit down already, and I'll hit a couple of you guys on the back.
And
Kosef, your diplomatic skills
she says now,
since to amaze me.
She says, "Now, no need to rush things. We do have matters to discuss, but we are still civilized. We are still civilized members of society."
Hey, lady.
Kosef simply doesn't have the time left in his lifetime.
When you get to my age, you have to rush things, okay?
See?
Maybe you youngins can take your leisurely time. Well, let me tell you about it, okay? Let me tell you.
If you tell us about it, it will take more time, Kosef.
After 80 years,
Still taking time, Kosef.
you will one day get here. And
More time.
this leisurely time, you'll regret every moment of it. Now, hurry up! And I smack the table a couple more times.
She summons a waiter to pour wine for all of you, and says, and please bring some bring some hors d'oeuvres for our meeting, and completely disregarding you trying to hurry her along, and do any of you project like an outward appearance of being a spellcaster? Like, do you like?
Well, yeah, I didn't take the pact of chains, so I think I'm generally okay. But I don't carry weapons, which seems like a really bad idea. Oh, yeah, I have a rapier. I do have a rapier, so it's like the only weapon I carry. So.
All right, she looks at Kosef. Oh, you are a practitioner of the arcane arts. That is splendid, splendid. I have
Practitioner of the arcane arts, you say? What, now just because I'm old means I'm a wizard and I'll smack her again. I'll smack the table.
It's the staff.
She says,
Kosef,
well,
it's the staff.
She says, I have an eye for these sort of things. I used to have membership of an organization known as the Cloaks, and
I am very interested to hear about that.
I've spent a great many years there, and I've always had a fascination with magical theory and lore, and I'd be interested to know
never
your
heard
thoughts
of
on. And she starts rattling off some topics of like arcane lore that.
Originally, I was very dismissive of her when she was saying a member of the Cloaks. Now, I've never heard of them. But then when she starts talking about different things, I begin to get interested, and I'll say, yes, continue, keep talking, please.
No, Kosef, we don't have the time.
My name is Kosef.
Back onto business.
Burst.
We've got to hurry up. Sadly, we don't have time for this small talk.
But yeah, she exchanges like different theories with you, and like discussing like various magical magical phenomena that might be unexplained, or just she's going into some things that if any of you are proficient in Arcana, you would know. Oh yeah, that's a common thing that that scholars would take interest in.
Sure.
Very interesting.
But she says now, but onto matters of a more official nature. I assume you are. You have many questions as to what sort of job I've been advertising.
It was fairly vague, yes.
Well, that is unfortunately unfortunately a requirement due to my unique situation. I've come. I apologize for all the secrecy, but it's this is a rather. It will sound sort of contradictory that I'm in a situation where I need the assistance of somebody who is not very connected to the city of Mulmaster. It's you're new, probably don't understand quite yet just how many like back under the table alliances and people always keeping tabs on everyone.
You're right.
I can't
interrupt
really
her.
I can't really
interrupt
trust
her.
Okay.
I interrupt her like I interrupt the DM.
Okay.
And I'll say, you're right. I don't understand, and hopefully I don't want to. Or hopefully I won't, because I don't want to. I want to leave this place.
Is that Archie Bunker?
Oh, so not bad, but probably a bit of a dated choice.
But she says, long story short...
Lady, we are here for fame and fortune, and if fortune is in the cards, then we'll be glad to assist.
Oh, for sure. Long story short, I am hesitant to trust those that I associate with, so I need some strangers that I can trust.
It's not uncommon of a problem from nobility, madam. I understand completely.
She says, the nearby village of Elmwood has... which my house owns a fair amount of that village, but it recently has been reduced to nothing more than ash and cinders. And an investigation was conducted, but we could find no physical or magical sign of what caused the destruction. We
Oh,
were
right.
we were unable to determine a cause, only that it was just it was methodically just burned to the ground, so to speak. And we do not have any leads as to who may have done this.
No
But-
surviving. No one survived. No speak with dead. No dragon evidence. Nothing like that.
Well, there was a single young woman that drifted into the bay on the western docks on a makeshift raft, which was after investigating the materials, it was clear that they were salvaged from the town. But upon interacting with her, she would only mutter and was very lethargic, and she wasn't making much sense. So she was taken to the House of Suffering to recover.
Of course
which
she
is
was.
which is a hospice
Of Leviathan, yes.
near the South Road. Yes. But that normally wouldn't be of concern, as I would under normal circumstances we would wait until she woke up and told her story, and then we would get to the bottom of it. However, I recently caught wind. One of my contacts within the City Watch has informed me that a very high-ranking officer of the Hawks has set a guard over the woman until she comes to, at which point she is to be remanded into the custody of the Hawks.
Of course.
and
So they know
as-
something they don't want you to know.
As you are as you appear to be outsiders, the Hawks are a sort of secret police organization within Mallmaster. They're the people that once they come to your door, you disappear and nobody ever hears from you again.
Yes.
So this is a very alarming development, and I do need somebody to secret her away before she is turned over to the Hawks, as I fear that once this happens, we will never see her again.
That's absolutely terrifying. I believe we can pull this off. What's the... do you have a place you want her to go, a location, and or a... I don't know, perhaps reward noted for some of us, yeah?
The reward will be great. For
Yours
for
are,
now,
I expect,
for
no
now,
less.
I need her to be, transported to my manor, and we will make preparations from there. But I don't think I need to tell you that this needs to be secret, and nobody can know that. Nobody can know that she is at my manor. You must not be followed.
That shouldn't be too terrible.
That should be possible.
And
I agree.
I can offer your group a total of 150 gold pieces if you bring her to my manor.
It seems a touch low for dealing with such a high officer of a secret police force where we're all going to disappear from if we're caught. But...
And while we are on the topic of secret police forces, or not so secret police forces, yeah,
Semi-secret, yeah.
yeah, you don't still have some contacts in the cloaks, maybe?
I do have contacts within the cloaks of
You're a very
course.
focused person.
Also, I would really be interested in some letter of introduction or something.
That is rather unexpected, but yes, I would be more than willing to upon completion of this task, I would be glad to write a letter of recommendation and introduce you to a recruiting officer of the Cloaks.
Then we have deal.
Yes,
Well, based on that...
150 gold and a letter of introduction
Where-
to those who want it.
Where is your manor? Like, how far do we have to carry? We'll bring this woman before... Like, is it just a mile across town? Or is it outside of the city? Where do you live, madam? Without trying to sound too inappropriate about it. I assume you're married.
Well, she starts to she starts to describe the different districts of town, and you get the idea that this is going to be quite a long trek across town. That you're going to have to go through some really highly populated areas, well lit, highly populated areas, or you could avoid those. Go through some less trafficked portions of town, but
Sure.
maybe slightly more dangerous. But between the hospice and her manor, you will be walking pretty much within eyeshot of the Tower of the Blades.
They won't give us a problem. 150 gold we said, right? Yeah, this was a great idea. It's good. I'm good at the disguise kit. It's not going to matter. Well, we'll thank her for her time. Hope I get to see her again. And is there anything else you guys want to ask of her? Besides, proper burial arrangements or anything? For the bodies that won't be found?
She also says, I would prefer if this could be done quietly and without any bloodshed.
Oh, sure, so if we should do it loudly, it'll go well.
Especially of the priests at the hospice. I under no circumstance should you bring harm to any of the priests at the hospice. And I would prefer that none of the city guard were slain either, as that would cause that would cause a lot of that would cause an unimaginable hassle.
And I would like to be High Blade of the city. However, things all being what they are, we'll do our best.
I would prefer if no innocents were killed.
A diplomatic solution.
But whatever you do, please make every effort not to slay anyone while you're doing this. It will only make things harder to deal with politically.
Absolutely. Loss of life is always harder to recover. So difficult to put a price on. At that, I will, I suppose, kiss her hand like you're supposed to, bow, and then try to come up with a plan to get everyone not killed. It's going to come up with a lot of disguises, I think, and a lot of fast talking. And maybe a couple of charm spells here or there.
So when do you want all this done by?
Tonight.
What?
I thought you meant yesterday. She's a noble. Of course she wants it tonight.
She is. Yeah, she says she needs to be taken tonight before they have a chance to turn her over to the Hawks tomorrow.
Of course.
She's still knocked out. You have plenty of time. Going to bed.
Someone carry the old man, please.
Yeah, I'll pick him up.
Let's go find a clothier.
Let's go scope out the infirmary.
Hospice. Let's call it a hospice. It's much easier to say. Hospice. As opposed to Leviatharian Temple. Yeah. I agree. We can scope it out. I'm going to go get us disguises, I think, for the escape afterward.
Okay.
Or I'll send a message over to my spy network here, because I have the background spy, and let them know that I need disguises.
All right.
So that way I can still be part of the party and wait for that package to arrive.
Or could I come up with any Zint contacts to help cause a distraction here?
Also a fantastic idea.
Cause a distraction in what way?
To draw the guards out where we could grab her and get out.
If it gets messy.
And that way there would be no loss of life.
Well, what would be the signal to create this distraction?
Maybe start a fire in an alley where we could say, hey, quick! There's a fire over there. The guards are yelling for help.
No, he means a way to trigger the Zents to know to stop their distraction. How are we going to tell them to do the fire?
Oh, a bird whistle.
That won't be suspicious
Alright,
at all. It's a city, after all. Let's do it.
I would say make a
Deception?
It's going to be a charisma check, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll go with charisma persuasion. Go ahead.
Oh, you're echoing.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's why.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're able to find a Zent contact, and
Nice.
you set up a plan. It's two guys. Say sure, we will help you. What is your renown with the Zentarum, by the way?
Let me look at my
what
adventure log.
what rank are you?
Viper, the second
Okay.
rank.
Yeah, that's fine. You'll be able to find a couple of people to help you, who are also rank 2.
Excellent. Well done.
Right. So you'll give the signal, and they'll like start a fire nearby or something to as a distraction.
Okay. So when we get close, I say, "Caw-caw!"
Okay. Did I move everybody over? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You arrive at this building, the House of Suffering. It's that's. Alright, the doors of the squat brick building ahead of you are open, welcoming all into the meager comfort offered within. The 2 city watch standing near the entrance show only minor interest in your group.
Well, that makes sense. They're about
And
to sh-
the
much
doors
more
are open,
soon.
and within you can see numerous cots and makeshift beds, and more than half are occupied. 6 tall iron candelabras provide bright light. You see a few people, these guys. They are dressed in all gray with gray skull caps moving about. And you sound your your signal, and then you wait, or you sounded your signal. Anything else?
Well, they're ignoring us, so I'm going to start. I'm going to go inside and just have a quick scan of who are the victims in the area on those cots. I'm sure we'll see our target or not, in which case, just as concerning. Is she in here?
You said they're not paying much attention to us?
Correct.
I mean, I know you did that.
Yeah, so I'll just
I'm
walk
going
in.
to quickly cast Prestidigitation to make it look like I have a wound in my gut. And I'm going to hobble in and I'm going to be like, help! Help!
All right, hold on one second.
You need a much higher charisma. You play a much higher, a bit able character. You should try it. You personally have a much brighter personality, I think, than you give your stats credit for.
See, normally I almost always play a character that has like tons of charisma and just like talks to
Sure.
shit.
Right. It is kind of fun to watch it falter so heinously.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So where are you casting this?
Outside, like in like just like nondescript. I'm just gonna cast. I'm just gonna like let it happen underneath my clothes. Slowly start to, look how like I have a wound.
No, I mean this spell with verbal and somatic components. Where are you
No,
casting?
no. It doesn't have verbal and somatic. It just has hand motions.
So we
I
stand
believe.
around him to shield him.
Prestidigitation, verbal and somatic.
So maybe before we get here,
How about
away from the
instead-
guards.
No, I'm old.
Maybe Maybe it's safer if you just stab him in real.
I'm old and dying. I'm just gonna, instead of casting prestidigitation, I'm just gonna like grab my gut and be like, "Oh, help! What's happening to me?" And I'll like hobble inside, and then I'll just collapse to the ground when I get like a couple
grandfather is
feet
very sick.
Right,
Let us in.
Make a charisma deception with advantage.
I'm just
Since
gonna
you're
walk
already
past him.
old.
Since you're already old. Hey, what do you know? There's an advantage to being old. Lying.
Oh wow.
You're terrible at this.
So
Little do you guys know, my character is actually having a heart attack. His flaws: high blood pressure, going to die during an adventure.
We're not. Yeah, this is gonna be so bad. It's gonna happen one day.
So wait, you're all right. So these two guards,
Can we assist him by
they roll
punching
their
him in the
eyes at
stomach?
you, but they kind of give they also give the, yeah, he's old, so we're not going to do anything about it. He's probably just crazy. And you saunter in and collapse on the floor, and these two priests come over, and
What are they
so
doing?
you're inside already? Like
Yeah, I
here?
stepped inside and then collapsed.
Okay, yeah. So these two priests will come over, and they will try to
Enjoy
they'll
watching you
carry you
suffer.
over to one of these cots.
As they grab me, I was like, "Ow, that hurts! Stop touching me!" Ugh.
And this cot seems to have these two guards watching over it rather closely, from what you can see.
Fantastic.
The cot that I'm on, or
No. This cot here has
Okay.
has a woman, an unconscious woman laying on it, and these two guards seem to be paying quite a lot of attention to it.
Cool. And which cot am I in?
This one.
Man, she is so attractive. She's
Can,
irresistible.
Needs to eat
Can
more.
the Zint helpers, could they come yelling now so that there's a fire and we need the guards? We need all the guards.
Yeah, they come around the corner, and there's a fire. There's a fire. It looks you get maybe they waited, and it's sort of spread quite a bit, and you look and you're like, oh, that's a little bigger of a fire than we were hoping for. These people are probably a little inexperienced when it comes to distractions.
Since it's hard to do anything half-heartedly.
As the
So
city-
they come running around. They're freaking out like, "There's a fire! There's a fire!" And then these two guys, this guy looks around the corner. And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And then he goes, "Oh crap!" And these two push past you, and they run across the street, and you see them enter a building.
Great, this is our time. I'll turn to really anyone else and say, distract them, and point inside. I'm going to try to make this invisible thing. It should go great.
I will, as he says that, I will cast my bird familiar and have him start flapping around inside the building, all around.
oh, and then cast invisibility on the girl, and we grab her.
That's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Alright,
I can use my invisibility on her.
I'm strong, so I can grab her.
Great.
Alright.
I can help with the grabbing.
So this guard here is actually sleeping, and
That's nice.
Well, that would have been nice to know beforehand.
yeah. Well, I mean, you just ran in and just
Yeah.
started doing stuff, so you didn't really know like until you got in.
Wait, I came in and you said he was paying close attention
Okay,
to her.
yes, I misspoke. This guard is
one.
paying close attention. He's also sitting right next to the bed, but he's kind of looking. He's got his head bowed forward, and he's kind of he's sleeping in the chair.
I don't believe it for a second.
I'll telepathically tell my bird to start flying, like, towards the left one.
Towards the guard.
Yeah,
Okay.
the one that's awake.
I was going to
He's
say,
like,
someone distract this man.
and he's like, he's like, what's going on? And a bunch of you just ran in. What's going on? What is this?
It must be coming from that fire that's right outside the building.
There might be a magic user who started it. You should catch him.
Magic users.
Magic users, kill them all! I say. From my.
All right.
Nice addition.
You want to cast the invisible and I'll grab her?
I will use a sleight of hand to try to cover it up from the priests that are in the room. Plus, all the people around me should help, and the distractions, I'm hoping, will make it not so bad.
Make a charisma deception check on these two guards here. Those that are trying to convince them about the fire and like the spellcasters and that spellcasters started it or something.
Boom.
Okay, yeah. Jeremy
Nice,
is
nice,
like,
man.
yeah. You know just the right words to say to these guys to set them off, and they go running out. And as they run out, you see across the street the two guards that ran into the building, along with 6 more. So there's like 10 guards, and they all run that way.
Excellent. But I will cast invisibility on the girl.
And I will grab her and then walk in a manner as if I'm not carrying something, so it doesn't look odd.
And
Do the monks do anything?
the priests come up to you. What are you doing?
Yep.
These people are under our care. Please, don't. Where are you taking her? What?
Don't worry, we're saving her.
No, we're bringing her to her family. I will try to
Her
calm
family?
them down.
The Hawks can't get her.
Oh, fuck.
The Hawks, you say? What do the Hawks have to do with this girl?
We don't know, but it can't be good. We need to save her.
And then he kind of looks and says, "That explains the guarded escort." He says, "We never saw you. We never saw you. This didn't happen. Now
Sounds
go."
fine.
All right, so I place her over my shoulders and walk out, nonchalant.
And I will follow with him, keeping concentration up for the invisibility spell.
Would it be beneficial?
So wait, how are you going to carry her?
It sounds like he's carrying it on his shoulders, like on a
Yeah.
fireman's carry.
That's what it sounds
Yeah, I'm gonna over my shoulder where it's at. It doesn't look like I'm carrying something, since she's invisible. Maybe it looks like I've got a little bit of a hitch in my giddy up.
Okay. So if you're just gonna carry her, they say, please, at least take a litter to properly support. She is very injured, and they wheel out this like it's like a cart that's used to cart injured people.
Sure, of course, we'll be happy to. We'll take the card, and probably not use it. But for now, we'll tease them,
Yeah.
and we'll take the card, and we'll
All
move
right.
outside with it.
Well, we can put her on the cart and leave her invisible, and then if anybody asks, they were going to pick up someone for the hospice.
Yeah, we'll grab some blankets, the stuff she had in her cart. We'll just throw it in there, and that way,
Okay.
people will see that there's blankets, we'll be like, we're just going to go get somebody for the hospice. It looks like it's legitimate that way, right? It's not just a bare cart.
Right.
So that should help with the disguise. I have disguise for a
Great.
reason. So here we go.
All right.
As you guys walk out, I'm gonna say, "Hey, don't forget me." Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna say, "Well, I'm suddenly feeling all better. You guys are wonderful." And I'll give him a kiss on the cheek, and I'll head out.
And I will, in fact, point to the cart and be like, do you want to ride? When was the last time you rode a cart? Come on. You want to go in the cart?
All
It
right.
hasn't been since I went to the grocery store when I was 12 years old. My brother pushed me on the cart.
Great, you'll have a great time in the cart.
All right. So we're gonna do some inspiration because I always forget. Jeremy, I think. Kosef. Who did the Zent? The Zent
Yep.
distraction.
Gyraxes.
Okay, you get one too, and disguising the cart. I think that was who did the invisibility.
Me, I didn't know Arian.
All right, then you get one too. Did I miss
Excellent.
anybody that should have got one?
I think we're good. That was a pretty ridiculous plan. Well done, guys.
Yep.
Joseph
So you guys
should
all get
probably
inspiration.
get one for being a pain in the ass.
You guys had a plan?
For his his nice charisma chicks.
Dude, Kosev is, I feel like I'm going to add something to my character where he's always at -5 charisma.
It's definitely worth a feat.
All right.
I mean, if 5th edition had, like, something where, like, edges
Yeah,
and
flaws and advantages. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Oh my
So good.
god.
yeah, that would be cool. All right.
So another kind of.
You're wheeling her out on the cart, and she's semi-conscious, but mostly unconscious. And she seems to be muttering to herself, and then she says something, and you can understand. Under her breath, she says, "Fire and ash," in a really whispered tone, and then she goes unconscious again.
I hate people like that. Okay, just give me the ominous moment. Thanks so much. Stupid prophecy, type magic crap. I mean, fantastic. Let's keep going. We know where we're going.
So you're wheeling the cart through the city, and you're drawing some rather puzzled looks from the crowds, and they're kind of eyeing you, and then you see some of them like whispering to each other, like, they don't look like priests. What are these people doing? I haven't seen them around. And
I did get disguises set up for us, so we have a minute.
okay. Oh, so you okay?
That was earlier. So when I asked people for the disguises for the area,
Got it. I forgot about that.
that's quite okay. I'll be happy to adjust anybody who looks particularly weird in our party to, if necessary.
Probably all of you. I'm sure you
That's
all
ridiculous.
look very weird.
That's bizarre. How dare you, sir?
Some more than others, but
But yeah, I'll take the moment to use the disguise kit to get everybody at least semi-priestish. And I will pray loudly about Leviatar and her dogma if possible on the way.
all right. Your familiar telepathically tells you that up ahead there is a patrol of 3 town guards up ahead. Before you, you probably aren't there yet, but you have a few minutes before you get there. Your familiar's like, oh yeah, those people, those look like the people that you're avoiding.
So let's cut around one of the blocks to avoid them.
Yeah, the risk of trying to get them to escort us safely is a bad one. So
Uh-huh.
it added a great deal of legitimacy. However, yeah, we can just cut a corner or wait for them to pass, but that'll look suspicious. So, are we? If we're near a like a merchant stall or something, we could stop to get some more blankets or pillows or whatever we need for the trip. But it has to be quick as they walk past. But I think avoiding them entirely is far better.
As we were walking past the guards, I'm going to say, "Help! They're trying to kill me!"
We may actually. That's very true.
Help! They're trying to kill me!
Well, the guards, they put their hands on their hips near their weapons, and they start marching directly toward you. And what seems to be the problem here?
I'll laugh it off as if it's usually old grandpa being ridiculous, and in fact be like, "Grandpa, we're not killing you. Relax. We're just getting you your medication."
They said they're sending me to the home to die.
The hospice is not going to kill you. Leviatar watches over all of her people. A bit of suffering, you'll get stronger for it.
I looked at the guards and I was like, "Do you believe how they treat their own blood and flesh?"
And,
you weren't really ever that good of a father, really, I have to admit.
And
And I'll take my cane and I'll
say
smack him in the face. He deserves that one.
they
I
say to
do, I
you, the people around here seem worried. Would you like an escort to the hospice?
No, I don't want no. I'll lean
Yeah,
over
sure.
and
They're not talking to you. They're talking to the people
Oh,
who look like they're taking
okay.
care of you, because obviously you're not. Obviously you're out of your mind.
I will,
We
I'll
are
rub my
taking
face-
taking him to visit his niece, Zora McCalkin.
I will rub my face, and just kind of shake my head. Be like, no, I'm sure he'll get what's coming to him.
Everyone make a wisdom perception check.
You can't throw the name of the noble around that we're trying to keep things quiet from. Quiet fool.
All right, Alar. In the
Nice,
crowd,
man.
In the crowd, not like anyone in your immediate vicinity, but like out of the corner of your eye in the crowd, you see a guy that he wasn't really paying attention to any like what you guys were doing. He was averting his eyes due to the scene that the old man is creating, like everybody else. But then, as soon as he heard the word Zora Culkin, it's almost his head snapped right in your direction. Like the second those words left your lips, and then he tried to act like he wasn't paying attention to you again, and like it looked really weird. But you're the only one that saw it.
So so I didn't see it with the 17 when
No,
I'm lying down.
No, only the no.
Damn it! It's something really funny that was gonna do.
I'm going to tell my familiar to take a perch position and keep an eye on him and report back anything suspicious he does, or everything he does, actually.
Everything.
And he's just standing there. He's browsing a shop and pretending not to be interested in you at all.
Okay. I will have my bird keep an eye on him and follow him if he moves anywhere.
All right. And the guards. Would you like an escort? This part of town is rather dangerous for such a. Well, I guess they trip over their words and they're like and you get the idea that they're saying, well, they're trying to say it without actually saying that he's an old man. And
I'll just put my hand up, stop them where they are, and get them past this awkward moment and go, who are we to reject the offer of Bane's chosen gods? By all means, please.
all right,
And just motion forward.
So yeah, they say, just lead the way. We'll walk you there.
Thank you.
And
At least through this district. We wouldn't want you to get distracted from your own actual duties.
And then one of them nudges the other one with his elbow. Yeah, remember remember what the captain said last time. Like,
Do we have some Secret Servicemen here going to foreign countries getting hookers?
what?
Do we sense any
you
type
not read
of
the news? There's a big
malcontent on these guys' part?
The guards?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
These ones look like the very few, some of the very few, like, decent ones. Although, in your brief time in Mallmaster, you have come to learn that the City Watch is rife with corruption as well. So
Don't they all
they
worship
might
Bane
look
anyway?
good on the outside, but I mean, the demeanor you're getting is that they are legitimately trying to help. Maybe it's maybe they're just trying to show respect to certain a certain member of your group, or who knows.
So yeah,
Let's continue on our way.
All right.
Yep.
And as you guys leave, the other guy that was watching you goes the opposite direction and starts wandering the other way.
But the familiar's following him, correct?
So as soon as he starts moving and we start leaving, I will tell the rest of the group what I have seen.
And did you say you're having your familiar call him?
Yeah, my familiar is following him, but once he leaves 100 feet, I can't talk with him.
In that case, I'm going to. Oh, I left something back at the hospice that we need. And that way we can
Always
probably
forgetful, you son. You're always a disgrace.
Love you too, Grandpa. And we'll wheel Grandpa around to, I guess, if everyone does, unless everyone obviously disagrees with the idea, and perhaps track down this particular individual. I really don't want to go. I really don't.
No,
want
I
to
think
go
we
back.
should stay on mission and just
All right,
take.
fine. That's fine. Then we'll
I
sit.
think that's something for after we delivered our.
All right, so we're not going to get. This guy's going to get away, and I will hold my tongue for a while. Then, after that, I'll be like, you know what, Grandpa? You're right. You don't need it, and just keep pushing forward.
All right.
I will keep my bird on him for a while.
All right, and they'll probably walk about half of the way there with you, just until you get out of the more dicey part of town. And once
Sure.
you get into the wealthier section of town, they're like,
Mhm.
you know, you'll be fine here.
Thank you.
Like it's well lit. They they do a good job of keeping the riffraff out of this area, so you'll be okay. And then they kind of leave you at the at the entrance to that district.
As
I
they
will,
leave, I say, "Thank you, good sirs. If only my children could grow up to be like you."
You made us such a good role model, after all. And I'll lean in and recast invisibility on the go, using sleight of hand while I'm chatting with Grandpa really close.
Your mother deserved everything she had. Everything she got.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
agree.
That's true. You would need to cast invisibility.
Yes,
That lasts
so-
like how many minutes?
An hour.
Oh, an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do a dexterity sleight of hand to hide your spell cast. It shouldn't be that hard though.
Excellent.
As he's casting it, I'm, talking
Fine.
about what I did to his mother.
Yeah. So you're basically being the I'm gonna make people avert their eyes in this direction anyway because by being a crazy person.
Yeah.
All right.
16.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, excellent. So I'll burn the other spell, and we'll keep going.
All right. So you arrive at the Culkin Manor.
Excellent.
Despite the dim light of the evening and your unfamiliarity with the neighborhood, you easily find Culkin Manor. The 3-story manor house features large cream and red banners on each wall, emblazoned with the crest of House Culkin.
How wonderful.
As you set foot on the Culkin grounds, you notice that the interior of the manor house is well lit, and a pair of guards at the front of the house nod and open the heavy oak doors for you. Stepping aside to let you pass, you are obviously expected.
Great, adventure done. So how much fee you get?
I'm sure it's going to be everything.
Well, cool. So I guess that levels us up.
Twice, actually.
With 6 magic items.
Oh man, how'd you guys know?
All right.
We'll go in once we're inside and the doors are closed. I'll drop the invisibility because obviously we're in a safer area, or at least I'll wait till she shows up. Yeah, it's more grand and illusion. I'll be more Bordic that way. Yeah, I'll wait till she shows up.
All right. So yeah, you're directed into the main. You're directed into the gallery. And this room is decorated with busts, paintings, and hangings depicting the lives and times of House Culkin. And then you see a large central staircase leading to the second floor in front of you.
No, they don't exactly have a handicap entrance. That's sad. Look, this cart's gonna be a bitch to get upstairs. I'll turn to
Well,
one of the nearest
you're
servants.
inside by now. You
Right,
can.
right.
I assume you probably ditched the cart.
Yeah, I assume too. I will ask one of the
Wait,
nearby
you mean
servants.
you're not going to carry me?
Oh, I didn't
no,
put you
Grandpa.
on the new map, did I?
No, you have not.
Okay, there we go. Now you're on there.
Why is there a map? That implies combat.
Well, there was a map of the other place.
And we would have had combat. So yeah, I guess I will. Yeah, since I don't actually have her in front of me, I will keep the invisibility up, and well, I guess head inside. And no, we're not carrying you. You can still walk.
I'll
All right.
begrudgingly walk.
And yes, we'll go into the entry.
Yeah.
Entry.
We
How
enter.
are the guards doing? If there are two here, are they?
Yeah, they nod at you and open the doors to let you pass.
Yeah.
And you
I'll ask where she is.
they don't even ask you any questions. They let you right in as if they were expecting you.
Mhm. I will ask, where is she? Where should we go? I'll ask them on the way in.
1 second. Sorry.
That way.
You are greeted at the door
Mhm.
by
A beholder. Goodbye.
yes.
It's been nice knowing you all.
You are greeted at the door by a male human dressed in servant's attire.
Mhm.
And I don't have a token for him, so he's just blah.
Right there.
He says, greetings. Yes, you must be my lady's associates. Please make yourselves comfortable. And you must be tired after the long at such a late hour.
I appreciate the hospitality, however, business first.
We have urgent business with Zora.
The Zora
Yes.
title.
Right this way, and he directs you. Nice, somebody's drawing.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Nearly as attractive as the woman we've kidnapped. I mean, rescued.
I don't see this drawing. Where are you guys looking?
Oh, you
Somebody
don't
drew
see
like
it.
a stick figure and put him on the.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it. You know, it was actually so good, I actually just assumed it was always there. I thought that was a token.
Very nice.
All right. So he says right this way, and says follow me to the library.
Respawning.
Now he's a Super Saiyan. I will happily follow him.
All right. So he directs you through the parlor, and the library is up here.
Whoopsie. How do I undo that?
Right. When you're walking through the parlor, it's furnished with a number of comfortable-looking couches and chairs, and they're all covered with sheets to keep the dust away. But the sheets are covered in dust, so you get the feeling that she doesn't get very many visitors. And you enter the library, and the library has bookshelves that are floor to ceiling, that are just stuffed full of books, scrolls, and tomes, just on all different manners of things, like different subjects, and
I'm gonna go.
seems to be lining the walls.
I'm gonna pull a Giron and look to see if there's anything about like arcane magic. And when I find the arcane magic section, I'm gonna look specifically for evocation.
There you will see many books on arcane magic theory and different you won't find you don't. I mean, it'll take a while of searching through the bookcases, but you definitely find the subjects that you are interested in. And she says, and you also see when you enter, you see Zoro Culkin, and she says, "Yes, greetings. I'm glad you returned."
Us
I'm gonna
too.
take out one of the books and I'm gonna start a history of arcane of evocation magic over in the modern history, and I'm gonna begin flipping through it to a section on the Procampurian magic of Ombedar Steen.
All right.
I'm also going to be looking through the bookshelves, but nothing in particular. Pretty much everything I want to see.
Yeah, I assume we lost Ayla to this as well, so...
Yeah.
Would like
she says,
actually a complete
and
collection.
she says, "I'm
catalog.
sorry. What?"
We'd like a complete catalog before we go any further.
She says, "Why? I am impressed at your enthusiasm over the arcane arts." And she says, "Might I recommend?" And then she says, "Oh, but we have official matters to attend to first.
I'll cut her
She
off.
says,
I'll just
Dawson,
cut her off and go,
Dawson,
we were
please,
discovered.
please prepare a room for the young woman and our guests.
No,
Once you've done that, please find them something to eat.
Sora, we were discovered. And I'll point to Ayla, go, can you give him a description?
I'm continually looking at the bookcase.
Uh,
So
Ayla.
somebody will need. Wait, what?
the guy you noticed. Give her a description, please.
Ah, yes. And I'll give her a description of who he was. And also at this point, I will call back my familiar and bring him back out of the Pocket Universe and find out where all he went.
Yeah, you describe a hooded figure that just matches the description of many unscrupulous people that inhabit the city. She says, "Oh, that is rather unfortunate. Did they follow you here?"
You went the other direction, but your name was mentioned, and
Yeah, but they never saw the girl because she was invisible.
that is true. She was.
You're sure nobody saw her, and you weren't followed?
The priests were very happy with the idea that this never happened. They never met us. All the guards had ran out at the time. That said, anything's possible. Informants being everywhere.
She says, "Yes. The treachery is abound in this city. There are several people who take money from all organizations. The Hawks, the Cloaks, the Blades, all have their eyes scattered throughout the city. So it wouldn't be unthinkable for a few of them to have taken notice of you.
But the girl was never seen in our presence.
And that is wonderful to hear."
I'll say, as a safety precaution, I will have my familiar scout out while we are staying here.
Okay.
So I'll go to a window, cast it on the other side, and tell him to basically do a search pattern around and relay information back about every 5 minutes.
Basically, okay.
Just basically have him search each and every direction, just basically doing a circle around the place. And coming back within 100 feet every 5 minutes to give me a report.
All right. And she says, "We must get her into a bed right away, and begin treating her."
She muttered a bizarre phrase, I'll tell her, which I presume will have nothing of importance to you. However, I believe it was, fire and ash or something like that? No, it's everything.
Fire and ash, that was it verbatim.
Thank you, Grandpa. Wait, right, never mind. You're not that. Sorry, staying in character. Okay, so there we are. So, yeah, she muttered that and passed out again.
Peculiar. She will happily engage you in conversation on the many arcane subjects you are interested in, and says, "My staff will tend to her wounds, and you will anything you would be interested in reading about relating to the arcane. You will have more than enough material to cover the entire night."
After finding the section on Procampurian magic, specifically that of Ombidar Steen, I'm going to get flipped to it. I'm going to say, "See there? That's my name in the book. That's my name in the book."
I see.
Ombidar Steen is was my teacher. I was his apprentice. I worked in preserving his stuff. I was a documenter. And I make sure everyone in the party knows that I'm famous and important. And you guys realize that I was not famous nor important.
All right.
It sounded good to you, though. I will carry her up to the room so the staff can tend to her.
Appreciate that, because I can't carry her.
Don't look at me.
He's got the carrying down. He's good at it. we're good. He's all over that. And I'm going to take a light nap, and then I guess...
It's late. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I think she said that she was having rooms prepared for us.
Right. But I'm a background criminal with spy is my thing. I don't really trust anyone, especially in this city. So I'm probably going to hang out in her room, actually.
Oh, the wounded girl.
Yeah,
That's probably a good idea.
Well, I'm not really against hanging out with the noble lady as well, or instead, I think the goal should be the girl for now.
Or we
I'm
could stay in the room next to her, and all of us stay together, and then we form a watch.
I assume they have nefarious purposes, and I'll kind of jab them with my elbow.
I'm with you on this one. I agree with Grandpa entirely. I think there's something
Oh, I meant
unsafe
my
about
party
this.
has nefarious purposes.
That's also
by going
purpose.
to her room.
That is also true. At least one of us does.
Hey, let's just be honest. She can't say no if she's gagged.
Oh,
That's
God.
why it's a problem. And that's why I'm keeping watch on her now, because before I wasn't sure if I was, now I know I am.
Yeah.
All right. So these rooms. Oh shoot.
Or dark to us.
They're down. They're down. You have to scroll down a little bit, but these are the bedrooms that will be prepared for you, and the woman is going to be in this room.
I will stay in that room.
I will stay in the room next door.
I mean, if you put your bird in there with me, we can. That's true. You'll have a reason to learn how to edit things. You can edit out a 30-second area. That's actually pretty easy. The cut thing. If someone's willing to leave the bird in here with me, that way we have at least one other person who's completely aware if things go poorly. Right?
Okay.
You want the familiar in there with you?
I wouldn't mind that, actually. Hanging out with a big old falcon would be kind of cool.
It's an owl, but yeah.
Owl's good too, but not the bird of prey.
All right. So the two of you are going to sleep in the room with the unconscious woman.
I'm not. My bird will be in there. I'm going to be downstairs in the library all night.
All right. Where's everyone else? I see two people that are still at the entry that haven't really picked a spot where you're going to be.
My character.
Or maybe you're just staying up all night reading. I don't know.
No, my character wants sleep. I'm first going to commiserate with the other party members. I haven't actually had a chance to really introduce myself, to really get to know them. While I think they've gotten to know me, I don't know enough about them, and not that Kosef actually cares about other people. But he's going to at least try.
Pretend to care.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if he's not careful, I'll tell him about my apparently escape from Flan, and how I came here, and how I've been in service to various weird groups here. Tell him all about like the weird badges with giant obsidian claws and all sorts of weird shit that I went through last time I was in Mulmaster. And
Now I'm curious.
And I suggest we, the two of us that are in the room with her, maybe doing like 4-hour watches. One of us take sleep while the other one stays awake.
That'd be fantastic. You first. I'm going to bed.
That sounds fine.
Awesome. Thank you. Get my first short rest in. That's all I need. Yay, Warlock.
I'm gonna actually just walk into Ms. Culkin's room, and do I know where that is? Am I able to find her bedroom?
Her guards stab you. End of story.
Yes, that is here.
God, I need to zoom out.
Well, when
that
she's walking up the stairs, she'll say, "These rooms over here have been prepared for you," and directs you to these 4 rooms. She says, "Ravia, that's her name, by the way. Ravia is going to be in this room."
That's good.
And
Ravia's the girl.
Ravia is the unconscious woman. And right here is I've drawn a
Zorkulkin?
brain fart. Yeah.
Zorkulkin, yeah.
Yes.
I will, in fact, ask her, but this is the first step in flirting, if there is a Zor Kulkin as opposed to a Zora. Or if she is the only noble of the house.
She says, I am the only noble of the house. Yes.
Oh, all right. Good. That's enough of a prod for the evening. We have more days ahead. And then I will go into the other room, into number 4, like I was planning on.
I'm gonna walk into Zora's room and sleep and then just like make myself at home. Is she in her bed right now?
No, she is going into her room, and she
So-
says, what?
No, I want to get there either before or after her,
Okay.
not at the same
All right.
time.
Yeah. Okay. Then you will get there before her.
Then I'm just gonna make myself comfortable on her bed,
Wow.
and when she comes in, I'm gonna say, "What are you doing here, Noom?"
She might be a Bay Knight. This could be a very bad choice.
And then I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you like old men, eh?" And I'll just kind of make fun of her.
She says, this is my room. Dawson prepared rooms for you down the hall.
I know yours is right over there. I saw it. It's very nice.
No, this is my room. Your room is down the hall.
Okay. I guess you can sleep on the couch.
Is there a reason you want to sleep in my room so badly?
Your room. This is my house.
Oh, she's like, oh, make a charisma deception.
And he's very good at those.
At your
yeah, we've seen how fabulous those go.
So my character, I'm not actually sure. Out of character, I'm not sure if my character thinks this is his home. That he actually could think he lives here.
So this is like an actual flaw your character really has, or
No,
so he's
just
not
kind of
acting?
liked it. I just am kind of going with it
Oh,
and seeing where
okay.
it takes me. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
how
his
it-
flaw is Alzheimer's.
And senility
And
and
you're
active.
Oh,
good.
nice.
She's like, she says, oh, he's got some issues. She's like, that's fine. Yes, I prepared this bed just for you, and and she says, I will sleep right here on this couch. So
Thank
go ahead,
you. You're
go
the
ahead and
best
put
daughter
your,
a man could ask for.
Yeah, go ahead and put yourself in her room then.
Definitely got a palsy on the brain.
Oh, that's where the rooms were that you were linking. I was like linked too
Yeah.
far down. She's in 1. I was
Yeah,
looking up
she's
higher
in
up.
5.
Oh,
She's
5.
in 5. The rooms, the other 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the rooms that were prepared for you and the woman. The woman's in room 4.
Got it.
And it looks like Alar is still outside and hasn't picked a room.
Actually, no. My character
Oh.
does not actually think that this is his house. He's not a. He's just kind of.
So Alar is pulling an all-nighter in the library.
Oh yeah, that's where my character is going to be the entire night.
Back it. I can't draw it. Stupid free hand.
All right. Assuming you all go to sleep, you
we
take
have
a long
a
rest.
plan.
Except for Alar, who is reading and has a familiar guarding outside.
Kirk, streaming. Seriously.
Yeah, whatever. It's PG-13.
All right then. I didn't know what the streaming things
I don't know.
were.
I don't know, but as long as we keep it like relatively okay, it's
Right.
it's eh.
All right. So does morning arrive, or are we all paranoid for no reason?
Well, you go to sleep and you are sleeping soundly. Everything seems okay. And
Two of us are in
Alar is the
4-hour
one with the
shifts.
familiar, right?
We have the
Yep.
familiar. He's doing 4. I'm doing 4.
Okay.
So
Your familiar sees a band of people approaching the house, and a carriage also approaching the house.
Okay. I will have my familiar go start pecking at whoever is staying in the room.
Whoever's
Me.
staying in what room?
In the room with the girl, I thought
Okay.
one or two other
I'm-
people were sleeping in there.
Yep,
It-
we are.
Yeah, I'm awake though because I was on first watch, so I notice him and then I wake you up as well.
That's fantastic. I'll I'll look at the bird, ask it because I'm dumb. What's going on? Realize I'm talking to a bird. Curse.
Somebody's coming.
At this point, when you do that, I will have the bird do shocking grasp at the door. So basically, it just kind of like shocks at the door briefly.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I get it. Someone's coming. Crap. All right. I am actually really tempted now to dress the old man up in a wig, but we'll never see him again. Let's move her. The big guy with me, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I'll go out and kind of keep an eye out on the stairwell.
Let's grab her. Wake up our friend next door.
All right. When you come out, you look down the stairs and you see in the big entry hall here. You hear loud pounds coming from the front door, and you see like some furniture and other stuff has been piled in front of the door, and these two guards and the servant come running up the stairs.
Yeah, I get it.
The two guards that met you at the door.
I'm going to pick her up, cast invisibility on myself, because that seems to still work for me, and then run into this room with her, because she'll be invisible that way, together. We'll be invisible together.
In here? Okay.
Into my room.
And
And you cast invisibility on the sleeping girl, on the knocked out girl, right?
On us.
You're still sleeping in here with what's her name on the couch over here.
Yes.
And
Have
all
they
of a
woke
sudden
me
the
up?
room, he bursts through the door
Alarm, I assume,
while you're
goes off.
sleeping.
There are people
I'm a
getting-
pretty heavy sleeper, so
There are
All
people
the time,
coming.
She'll wake up though.
all the time I'm shouting intruders.
okay. If they're shouting, I guess I'll wake.
All right.
And I will tell her people are coming, even though I'm invisible with the girl.
All right. So at this point, the silence that everyone else was experiencing, the silence is shattered by a loud crash. You hear some windows break. You hear clomping boots, marching through the house on the floors, or clomping boots on the floor, and just everything just starts going to hell. And then these two guards run up the stairs and they say, "Protect! What was her name?
Zora.
Zora
Yeah.
Rosalind Culkin.
Yeah." And
Zora Culkin.
so sorry, give me a second.
Protect. What's her name?
This is the part where there's a lot of different situations that can happen, and
Sure.
I have to try to remember which ones I picked earlier.
Right.
Can her name change? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Robert.
Yeah, just let her. I have the girl. Obviously we're invisible. Where do we take her? Where should we go? Is what I'm going to basically spend my round doing with her. When you get all your stuff together.
Yeah. Okay, so you march into the room. She wakes. She instantly snaps awake. What's going on? And these two guards, they stop at this door, and the servant, and they go in and they see that nobody's in there, and they're like, "Where did she go? What happened?" And then they go, check on Zora, and then they come running over here.
I'll move out of the way since I heard that.
And they smash the doors in right behind you, and they're like, "Mr. Zora, Ravia is gone."
She's right.
Yes?
Oh, that's because you're in the. Oh, jeez. She sits up off the couch and says, "What? What do you mean?"
She's right here. I say.
And she says, "Oh, thank the gods!" And they say, "Quickly, the house is overrun. We will defend. We will defend here." And she says, "Please, you must lead them. You must." She says, "Please get them away." Basically, she says, "Please, defend Ravia at all costs. These must be." These must be that person you found earlier must have followed you or something, or maybe you were followed. I don't know, but please go see what's happening. And these two guards come in with the servant, and they start like pulling bookshelves away from the walls and like tipping them over and start pushing this couch. And they're like, as soon as you leave, they're gonna barricade the door.
Sounds good. I'm going to get out of bed. I'm gonna take my time with it though. I'm gonna put my cloak on. I'm gonna stretch a little bit. It's the morning after all, and I was just in REM sleep.
Yeah. Well, it's still in the middle of the night. You didn't get your whole short rest, but or you didn't get your whole long rest. You slept for about 3 hours.
Okay, so I'm definitely I'm probably
Yeah.
still in a REM cycle. I mean, it's a possibility. It's a distinct possibility. And after I'm like ready and I'm kind of awake, I'm gonna go down. And I'm gonna with my cane, and I'm gonna go down to the front door. Not necessarily with anyone else, and I'm gonna look for the people who are assaulting the house, and I want to talk to them.
Right. Alar, are you doing anything specifically?
So people are crashing in around me.
You hear windows off on the western side of the house smashing in.
Yeah, we need to go investigate.
You hear a carriage pulling up outside outside, like right next to the wall, and it seems like it seems like a home invasion.
I'm going to have my familiars start flying towards the sounds.
The sounds are they converged on the house and they're invading the house.
Yeah, so I'm going
yeah.
to send the familiar at where I'm hearing a sound coming from. I'm assuming lower level is where I'm going to be sending him.
Yep.
And basically he's just going to fly through and exit wherever they came in at, or try and find the exit.
Yeah, they're converging outside the northwestern side.
Oh, okay.
So you hear the windows shatter over here in this direction. And
I
for
will
those
go
of
down
you,
to investigate.
right
Hopefully
here.
someone else goes with me.
Am I still sleeping?
No, you
No,
woke up,
everybody's
you said.
awake.
Yeah, everybody should be awake at this point. The house is being rocked by people basically laying siege to the house and trying to break down the doors. You hear the windows break in this room. Also on the second floor, the room that you haven't been in yet, you hear a window shatter there. And Alar, as you are leaving the library, you hear people pulling up outside of the library, and the windows shatter from the library, but you don't see anybody yet. But you see grappling hooks land on the window.
Okay, question. Room C here and the one next to it, are those rooms, or what are those? Entries?
6 is a privy, and
6, sorry.
the small room I think is like a closet, because this is the study that you, or
Okay.
this is the library you're coming out of. So it's probably like a little office.
Robert, isn't the library on the lower floor?
Yeah, the library is on the lower floor here. That's the room I'm pinging, and
Oh, well,
this little
yeah,
room here.
You
That's
said
where
grappling hooks, so I was confused.
Well, it is the first floor, but they can't just step through the window. It's still
okay.
like a little. They can't. Yeah, it's
It's
Okay.
elevated.
yeah.
It's a high stepped entry.
Right. So they're getting ready to climb through the window. As you're walking, you hear like the windows shatter, and you see like people getting ready to climb in.
Can we ready ourselves to attack once
Yep.
they enter?
That's I just got to figure out where everyone in the party is. These guards
Just cut
are
the
in
ropes.
here. And then we're gonna do initiatives, and whichever area you decide to investigate.
Well, I said I walked down to the front, so I'm here.
To the front, so you're there. Okay.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I did.
I'll stand next to the noble lady, I presume.
So you're gonna stay behind while everyone else.
Well, I intended to go out with them, but action has started occurring, and I have the girl, so it seems weird to bring the girl into custody of the enemy.
Okay.
Plus, we heard the crash in here, so they're bound to try to come in. So,
All right.
Um,
So let's get some initiatives.
No, great.
I can put the girl down. Actually, I'll keep invisibility on her. That seems fine, and I'll just leave her like in this spot, invisible, if necessary. What the hell's initiative on this sheet? Core stats, right? Yeah, there it is. No, I didn't pick myself. That's me. And why is this so difficult sometimes? Me. Initiative. There we go. That was sad. I guess it's okay to cast in here. So
Actually, my initiative is one higher than that. Hang on, I don't know what I did on my character. I've got a 14 ace or a 14 dex.
Would you add my character to the initiative? Also, you
Sure.
probably need to turn off decimal rolling.
oh, should
So
we?
the-
How do I
the-
do that?
No, the decimal is all that is to show for tiebreakers what your modifier is. See, I've got a 14 dex, so that's why I would be at 11.02
Right. Whereas
plus
I'm
2 modifier.
I'm a 0.3 because I have +3 to it.
Sure.
Although I didn't know
You
those
have also
zeros.
been added to the initiative.
Thank you.
It does automatically take into account dex scores, but doesn't actually show the tiebreakers, right? So if two of us roll 8, if I have a 3 and he has a 2, technically I go first. Is the-
Right. That's
why
what
you put the
that's
decimals
for.
there. So it doesn't have to ask, what's your dex? What's your dex?
Well, in 5th edition, I
Right.
mean, you have in 5th edition, read as written. You don't actually, you just pick who goes first.
Right,
I'm
yeah,
going
that's
with
that's
dex,
fine
but-
too. I'm always good with that one.
Well,
I mean,
was saying-
they're all whatever.
All right.
whatever.
So, you guys are it looks like a lot of you are on the first floor. Is Jeremy Sternwood just chilling in his room?
When I get up, I need to get dressed again.
All right. Did you
No,
would
we've
would
had
you
time.
would you have taken your armor off to sleep? Or
Yeah,
So, I
I'm
mean,
not sure if I would.
it depends on how your character lives. Like, do they how you feel in this current situation? How you would have felt going into this?
I think
It's not unreasonable for you to say that you would have slept in your armor if that's how you think your character lives as an
just
adventurer.
completed a dangerous mission. It's not yet quite over. I think I would have kept on my armor.
Okay, so yeah, you probably won't have to get dressed, but
Right, but I summon my weapon, so
Yeah.
while I'm still inside, so no one sees me doing that. And I would just take a look down the stairs. What's up?
all right, yeah, you hear the commotion that I described earlier. The like a wagon pulling up outside, boots clomping around outside, the windows smashing in, and you hear footsteps through the house. And then in the unexplored room on the second floor, you also hear a window smash in there. And let's go into this initiative order. Who's in the room with the noble lady? With the noble
Nolarian.
Nolarian. All right.
Yes.
These two guys, they say, "Go, go! We'll guard this area."
Don't trust them much, but alright.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I just lost my headset.
Sorry.
I didn't hear what you just said.
I said, I don't trust them a whole lot, but I guess I will take the girl then, as they suggested earlier, and get out. But I don't know this. As I asked her, I was like,
They
"Where do
say,
you want?"
"No, leave her here. We will protect her."
Isn't she invisible?
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
him?
but
Yeah.
you guys told them that she was here.
So just lie to
Although-
them.
Yeah, I'm going to. Fine, and I will take my invisible self out.
No, well, you did tell them that she was here and that you
Yep.
had her. And they say no, but it's not actually your turn. That they were telling you that on their initiative, and your
All right.
response was what?
This is the safest room in the house, is it not? So,
Yes.
yeah.
And we
Good.
need you to protect us from. We need you to protect the manor from these invaders. We will protect the mistress and this woman.
You're making things a bit more complicated than necessary. I'll tell them. I'm not leaving the area from them.
All right, and then they take out clubs and they cast off they cast off the ruse and they come up and they try to take you out.
I'm invisible though, but yeah.
Wait, you're invisible?
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
he
the
said he
idea.
cast
Okay, yeah. As
invisibility
soon
on
as
all
you
of
go
them.
invisible, they're like no, and
He's
Is that
been
what-
invisible.
I've been invisible because I've been carrying her invisible, so she's invisible with me until I drop her.
wait, you cast 2 invisibility spells?
No, one. But as I understood it, if I'm holding her, she's invisible with me. If that's not the case, then
Don't think it works. I think it works
Okay.
that whatever you're carrying, like equipment, but I don't think you can make 2 people.
She is knocked out, therefore she is equipment.
No.
That's what my
Dead bodies are
interpretation
objects.
was.
No, that's we're not gonna do that.
I'll use her as a club then.
But no,
Alright,
they're gonna come. They're gonna come up and.
Yeah, I was under the impression
Where-
that I was invisible as well, which is changes this a bit.
Okay. Well,
we're already
can,
we're past it, so it's
let's
fine.
retcon that a little bit. But basically, it's
fine,
They're,
let's go with it.
They're not going to let you leave with her.
Right.
Is what's going to happen.
Yep. That's fine.
And you obviously saw there was something suspicious
Yes.
with them. They are going to move into position, and
And
even though you're still carrying her. Now you said you were invisible, right?
I am. It's more important that she was invisible. So
Okay.
since that was the original plan, let's do that.
Okay, so she is invisible, you are
Yeah.
not. Okay, so
Yeah.
they move up and they. Okay.
Is the lady actually going to fall? Is the lady believing this? Obviously, she's okay with all of this.
She's semi-conscious, so.
Alright.
Oh, the noble woman.
Yeah.
She is sort of she looks surprised when they
Okay.
jump at you when they jump out and try to get.
Good enough. All right, that's all I need to know.
She sort of cowers in the corner as this is
No, but-
going on.
Bitch, she has a rapier. All right. Stupid nobles with their pretty rapiers. All for show. I get it now.
Well, I mean, she didn't. She's not an adventurer like you. She doesn't sleep
Right.
with her equipment on.
Right. Well, she should. I have an AC of 15.
Attack 1. Attack 2. Ooh.
That one's gonna hit.
Alright, that's his attack 1.
All right. Oh, they each get 2 attacks. That's lovely.
Take 17 damage and make a Constitution saving throw.
Wow.
Okay, you are fine.
Okay.
And now he gets his second attack.
I thought that was his second attack.
No,
He
that was
made-
one. That was one attack that he crit with.
There were 4 rolls there.
They each get 2 attacks.
Check. All right.
Damn.
But you have a 9 and 8, a 20, and this one. Okay, I see.
Yeah, and then that's the damage roll.
Check.
9 damage, piercing, and make a Constitution saving throw.
Are you still up after 26 damage?
Wow. All right. Okay, that's their turn. Jeremy Sternwood.
Do I hear the fighting from room 5?
You hear
I
you
scream.
you hear weapon you do hear weapons being drawn and fighting going on in room 5. And they were starting to barricade the door, but they don't seem to have finished barricading the door yet.
Can I just bash through the door, or
You can that counts as your item interaction I assume you probably have enough strength to plow through that door.
I think so?
It's stuck a little bit, but you can just plow right through it.
So I move up to here with a.
And yeah, you see him fending off those two guards.
How does he look like? In very bad shape, or looks like he can hold up a little more?
No.
I shout,
Are
"Hey!"
you still up after 26 damage, by the way?
No.
Oh, he's down. Oh, so you walk in and you just as they're cutting him down, and he collapses on the floor and then the woman the woman materializes and collapses on the floor on top of him.
This is starting off well.
Well,
I
yeah, it was a little confusing, but that's all right.
I shout, "Get up here! We're being overrun!" And yeah, since I need to double move to get here, that's my turn.
All right. So you hear shouting from upstairs that we are being overrun.
Anybody coming? You said somebody had thrown grappling hooks. Anything coming
Yeah,
up? in this?
there are people climbing through the windows. I'm gonna have them do that on their initiative. I put them in the order too. Because people were split up, I had to roll multiple people.
Okay. If I go to the window, can I see them and attack?
Uh,
I've got reach. I've got a
Yeah.
pole arm.
oh, yeah, you'll be able to. There, you see. I will just reveal the whole. You see this guy climbing up.
Okay, so I'll go to there since I've got reach and attack him.
Okay.
16 for 12.
Uh, 16. Oh, jeez. The stats are. Some of the stats are messed up in this module. Well, give me 1 second. Okay, 16 hits. For how much? 12?
Yeah. And bonus attack with pommel. 10 probably misses.
Yeah, 10 misses. Okay. And then he climbs up through the window, and
That would force an AO, wouldn't it?
yep. Because you have your polearm
Yes.
master. Yep.
14 for 6.
14 misses.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, 14 hits.
Okay, so 6 points of damage.
And he points at you, and he mutters something sounding dark and demonic and just guttural tone of voice, and make a wisdom saving throw.
So it's probably not giant or orc.
Oh,
That he's speaking.
well, he did say something to you in Ignan, but he
Okay.
also cast a spell on you.
And you said a wisdom save?
Yep.
I'm going to use my inspiration on this.
Okay.
So 19.
19. You feel yourself starting to freeze in place, but then you shake it off, and it feels like he cast Hold Person on you.
Oh, good.
Kosef.
Have I seen anyone barge in through the front of the?
No, the front door is pretty well barricaded. Nobody seems to be getting in.
Do people seem to be trying?
They were when you marched down the stairs. You saw the door rocking a little bit, but the door isn't moving. You don't hear any noise on the other side of the entry door
Okay.
anymore.
Well, one thing I had done when I had come down earlier was I had put on some music. Specifically, I had put on Melody from Orfeo ed Eurydice. I'm going to provide you a link so everyone can to truly get it. This is what's
Okay.
going to be playing. I'm going to play that on like the record player, and then I'm going to start pushing aside the barricades on the door and opening the door. And I also have a book ready to read when they come in.
I have it playing. I don't know if the stream will pick it up, but
It should.
it sounds rather majestic.
But if nobody's there, I'm gonna I opened the door and waited for them, and I'm gonna shout, "Is that you? I've been expecting. Come in, my son,
You get no
my
response.
nephew." No response.
There's plenty of noise coming from room number 5 on the first floor, though.
Oh, then
And-
I'm going to
And
walk
also,
over to there.
you do hear room number 6 on the upper floor that you haven't explored yet. Is also you heard a window shatter as you were walking down the stairs.
Now, okay, wait. So I'm just a little. Is the upper where you have at the top? Is that the?
Yeah, the
first
upper
floor?
part is the lower level. The bottom part is the upper level. I
Okay.
didn't reveal the whole here.
Got it. Okay.
I'll
but no
reveal
one.
the legend. I forgot to reveal that part.
Now, is anyone in room? Do I know if anyone's in room 5 on the bottom? Do I know if anyone's in any of these rooms? Like my companions.
You would have seen whoever this is. I think he ran down the stairs.
Gyraxes, yeah, you would have seen me go through there.
Yeah, he ran down the stairs and then he ran that way. And Alar, you see him coming out of that area.
And you said a lot is and I also hear noise from room 6 on the
Upper
second floor.
Yes, the second floor down below.
Okay.
That's just the way that it was
Um,
organized on this map, and it's a good map. It just isn't oriented.
Yeah.
In a
And
simple
you
Got
hear
way.
me shouting that we are overrun
Where are you shouting from?
from the second floor. From
Excellent.
top.
Then I'm gonna take my my portable radio, my I don't know, whatever music device they have that is playing that song, and I'm gonna go upstairs to see them.
Okay.
And I assume that's pretty much my whole turn. I mean,
Sure,
You could probably
radiograph.
make it to the door.
I make it
with
to
a
the door
with
yeah.
a double move.
Okay, so what do I see in the room?
You see these two guards standing over unconscious Nolarian's body, and Jeremy Sternwood standing ready to attack them, and the noble woman cowering in the corner.
I will just say, please, everyone, gather round. I have a tale to tell you. Shut up. That's my turn.
Okay? Do you mind if I move you there?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So you're there. Alright, Nolarian, make a death save. Alright, you're good. You're one step good. So the windows on this side shatter, and these guys all climb through.
Help! I think that's what we get for splitting the party.